Woo, let me get my mic. Let me get my mic right. Yo, yet again, it's the boy. It's that boy Rico. I'm here with the young man, because you don't want to be called kid. we got Nico Damas on here. We got him. He's standing tall, grown in it with the grown man watch. We got it. How you feeling, Nico?
I'm feeling well, buddy. We're doing some great podcasts. I'm excited. I feel like the viewers are excited. They want more, and they're gonna get some more. That's fine.
Cool. Hey, we gotta do a little broader scale or broader cast of the net, but let's get right into it. Age of information. Is there more noise than there is substance? And I guess it stands on its own, but let me give a little context. With all the websites, with all the information that's floating around, information age, the YouTubes, the Yahoos and the Googles and all the information out here, Amazons and all everything. Do you believe there's more noise out here than substance? What's your take?
What do you mean by more noise than substance? Like people faking who they are, like pretending they know more than they do? What do you mean by?
So, all right. So you're gonna look up a topic. Say you want to find out something about investing, right? You Google investing. You're gonna get 1,000 million hits, right? Out of all those hits, do you feel that there's more dead ends, or do you feel there's more substance? There are more valuable perspectives. There's a lot more useful information, or do you feel there's a lot more dead ends, more distractions, more scams, more to take you away from what you're really looking for? Do you believe there's more in everything that's out here? Do you think there's more noise than actual substance out here in the informational age?
Yeah, I mean, maybe I'd say so, because if I'm trying to find out about something, maybe I can watch videos about one soccer team because I really like them, and then there's videos for another soccer team will pop up, and then an ad for soccer t-shirts will pop up, and then another ad will show up, and then unrelated searches will pop up just because they pay more to get on there, even though you're not actually interested in them. Mm-hmm. So I feel like there's way too much coming at you. It's distracting. It's annoying. It's not okay. It takes away from what you need, and it actually takes away a lot of your time.
Indeed. So in regards to so much content that's out here, and our content's going into the hat as well, I would say that there's tons more noise out here than actual substance. I believe what we're doing is important, and so do thousands of others who are doing the same thing, especially since now we're pretty much just sharing our opinions. We're not really, doing research and putting out, this paper or, hey, this new discovery. We're really just kind of just sitting here, say a couple of guys, talking about our perspectives, no different than a conversation with our friends, say at the spot or, at the, with our families, our loved ones, on the weekends or whatever. Same thing. I looked at it a long time ago when there was an explosion of a lot of different web engines and web searches, your Yahoos, your web crawlers, your Lycoses, your to-goes and all these different, before really how Google came out and just kind of crushed everybody. But like I said, if you Google search something right now, the ad-driven information is going to push a lot of nonsensical noise at the top. And if you click on the first thing you see, it's always going to take you down a path of someone else making money off of your time and your attention. For you to really find substance, you really got to really search for it. Just like anything with what they say with the truth. The truth is out there, but you always have to work to find it. Truth is not usually like, sitting on the surface unless it's right under your nose. But I do believe that because there's so much money in making a lot of content, making a lot of distractions and dead ends and scams, yes, there is a lot more noise out here than there actually is, palatable, quote unquote, music. So that's my take on it, because like I said, we spoke on college on the last one about, there's a lot of content there. There's a lot of information there, but how useful is all of it? It has a use, but how valuable really is it in comparison to YouTube, I'm looking for something. I'm looking at a review on YouTube for an item, right? I can sift through 100, 200 different reviews and only find one or two that answer my questions, to answer a specific thing about something or give me such a thorough review that I have no other questions. Where most of what we see is just going to skim to get you to subscribe, like, tune in and whatnot. Not saying you shouldn't tune into this, because
No,
this
I
is
mean, yeah,
different.
you don't have to subscribe to anything else. However, today's podcast, you literally have to.
Yeah, you got to. It's essential. We help give you those perspectives. But in that regard, I to not add to more noise, to really be something of substance is, like I said, I believe there's a lot more. There's a lot more empty calories out there than actual real substance. And then there's, if you look on the internet right now, you look at TV and commercials, and there's so many options. You're just flooded with so many useless options that you really got to exercise sifting through all of that to really get a real good balanced diet of that, what you really need. So
Do
that's
you
my
think
take on it.
that do you think that it should be? Well, I want you to elaborate on this because I mean, of course, yes, but do you think it should be as easy, or like every time as easy to just you have one question and you need to know it and you have to have the answer right then, right away, so easy to find? Or because I found myself like a lot of times like I want to learn about something specific,
Mm-hmm.
and then just I'm kind of curious, so I want to know about the actual topic more in general, and I wanna like kind of get on my phone or my computer and just start looking at it. Like, um do you think that's fine? Or because I mean, for specific things, like if I'm having trouble on the computer doing something at work, I mean, of course I need to know just that.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like that's looking at something quick, but you're
Mm-hmm.
not actually learning. And I'm a lot about like just learning as much as you can.
So I think what you're kind of speaking on, if I had to contextualize it, is kind of like other perspectives. So like if I'm looking for something specific, and I like, say, a product, right? Something's wrong with my phone. I'm gonna look up my phone and the maker of my phone and the model and everything, and I'm gonna see if they answered my question. But say they didn't answer my question, but someone else who owned my phone is on YouTube saying, "Hey, let me explain to you everything that goes on with this phone beyond what the manufacturer would explain to you in the manual, because they only go this far, but I go much further and more in depth." Yeah, you need that perspective. You need those perspectives. You need those additional, glances that you have to go, but you have to go searching for. I definitely understand that, because what would happen if, say, you needed an answer to something, or you were investigating something, and you really only had a limited source to go to? You'd have to settle for that which is there. And if there was like a form of like weird educational or informational censorship, to where someone else decided, because the question is answered, we don't need anything else about it, it would really taper off the bandwidth of everybody else having an opinion about it, being able to talk more about it, giving people perspectives about it. And a lot of it would just become down to just really just whoever understands this, whoever, and who don't. Think about if it was a road that you were traveling down and someone say, "Hey, there's a really big pothole down here." What if you weren't able to tell anybody that? Only thing they could tell you is the Department of Transportation said, "Hey, the road, as long as the last we checked, was fine." But people who drive on that road said, "No, there's this giant pothole," but they couldn't tell anybody. Without those other perspectives and that additional information, that serves other drivers more information than what the Department of Transportation could tell, and it serves Department of Transportation because now they can get out there and fix it. I look at that's at the information age of saying more hands make the work lighter, more perspectives, more of this, more of that. There's a lot of shortcomings though, and all those shortcomings, those dead links, those dead ends, a lot of monetization, a lot of advertising to get you to buy stuff. There's so much stuff out there that's getting you to try to do something for someone else instead of you getting the answer for something, that it's just an odd give and take. And there's just so much volume out here of information. There's a lot of characters, a lot of zeros and ones out here but not all of it. So much of it is just not useful. It's just not useful for anything. It might be useful to look at, like, okay, this is what they're doing now, or, oh, okay, I never heard of this thing. That's interests me. I can look into it. But as far as a practical use, other than an example, there's so much stuff out here that's just not useful, at least to me. It might be useful to someone, but I think there's so much practical stuff, or it's just so much volume of stuff online that, or just in the world, that's just it's just clutter. It's just taking up space, honestly. But I wouldn't want it to be censored, because any type of censorship to try to declutter is going to cut off someone's ability to create or to inform, and I wouldn't want that.
Well, like at least in my case, like for example, a great example. Like I've had problems with, you know what plantar fasciitis is?
Yeah, you got a flat foot.
Right. Short answer, yes.
Okay.
So I've been learning a lot about it. So I'm like, how to fix plantar fasciitis. So I go and man, now I know the name of the ligaments. I know the name of the muscles of your calf, the names of the bones, the name of this condition, this and that. And that's because, I mean, number one, like I'm really curious and I want to know about more than just that one thing I'm looking for. And number two, since I'm doing so much like research all the time about so many things, I've also learned how to go around the system. And when something is BS and it's not helping me, like I can just easily skim through it. Like when I look at something on Google and I can say, I can literally put, I don't know, type Adidas, and then an ad for Nordstrom with Adidas clothes will come up, or the Adidas shoes page will come up. So I know I just scroll down to the ones that are in actual ads, and that's adidas.com/US. So it's just also like kind of knowing how to work it. I mean, yeah, there's lots of things, but like when there's scammy things going on, like put that pop up on your screen or ads and this, since I do it so much every day, I can just easily, like, I'm better at filtering out the, like, all the clutter that you're talking about. Like when you go on Google, you probably may already know this, but for anyone who doesn't, it's like when you go on Google and you want to look at sports clothing, you can type on Google sports clothing, the space bar, and then do the dash or like the minus sign on the calculator on the keyboard, and you type, say for example, Adidas. So I want all sports clothing but Adidas. So it's like little things like that the more you do something, and like I said, I'm already very curious, the more I learn about it. So yeah, I mean, yeah, there's lots of clutter, but I know when it's when it's an ad for some BS. I know when it's something that doesn't work. So it's also like knowing how to get on the actual use of whatever you're doing, that kind of filters out all the clutter, you know.
Fair enough. So we acknowledge that there's a lot of clutter out there. It's just learning it's a critical aspect to learn how to navigate around it, because it's going to be there. No different than navigating through a swamp or navigating through a landmine field or around a whole bunch of icebergs. We just know that they're going to be there. You just got to best navigate your way through it, because you just got to deal with it.
I'd rather have it than not have anything at all when I need something.
Agreed.
When we was kids, at least when I was in Colombia and I was a kid, I had to go to the little library my grandma had and go pick up a book, open up, look at the introduction and the summary with all the chapters, and see if what I needed was on there. That's literally how it was. And then when the internet was a little easier to use, I had to go pay a little bit for some 15 minutes, look something up, and then walk all the way back to my house and write out the answer. Like, it's just now at your fingertips. So, you know, since everything had become so easy digitally now, I mean, yeah, you're going to get a lot more clutter, but I mean, I'll take it any day.
Over going back. Fair.
Over going back. Yeah. It's just better. It's such a powerful weapon. It's not even funny.
Yeah.
I'll take the ad. They ain't getting my money though, so it's fine.
Yeah, they're not, you know, they might perk your interest and say, you know what, I might look into this, because that's a whole nother topic of how, you know, we get ads based on our things we say we talk around our phones. But that's a whole nother subject in itself.
That's a whole other thing.
Yeah. Data collection and identity and all of that. But we definitely could come. Well, so I really don't have anything else more on this topic. Yeah, I kind of feel like we tuckered out on this one, but I think it was one of those things where to come into agreement and say, you know what, yes, there is a lot of clutter out there, but we rather sift through the clutter and find out what we're looking for than have really little sift through and have to kind of just take what's available. So I'm not, yeah, I'd rather have oversaturation and have every tool I need than literally have, you know, no surplus with all, or whatever, have scarcity. And basically, like, I don't know how I'm going to figure it out with the little that I have. So, and especially if we're in competition with other people for it, and it's still wrong. I don't want to fight for a wrench, you know, fight for a hammer when I really need a wrench, you know? So I guess that's my take on it.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, that's just one of the things you trade off when you use the internet. I mean, like you mentioned, some data collection and privacy. Some, you see the hungry people just trying to take your money, and it's just a bunch of things. But I think it's a good investment to make. I think what you get out of it is way more than you gotta do. Like, you literally just take out the phone and you have 90% of all the information you need.
True.
For anything. So I mean, it's annoying, but it's
a trade-off. It's a worthy endeavor to have the power of computers that used to take up entire rooms in the palm of your hand. So
exactly. And then also, when any ads come up for our podcast, you gotta watch it. You gotta subscribe. You gotta comment what you think. Hit the like button so that way you can be with us on the next episode.
Indeed. All right, Nico, man, always a pleasure, my dude. Yeah, please, support this, man. Hey, stay on it. Challenge us. See what we're doing, because these topics are always every day. Nico Rico, hey, always a blessing to speak with you, bro.
All right, thank you so much for today, Rico. Hey, everybody, thank you for watching us. Tell everybody, because they're missing out. Life is too short.
All right, peace.